Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Right here we'll be watching some interesting and unsettling videos that will make you question our reality. So let's go. Alright.
Explain it to people who haven't heard of it.
So this is my best explanation of it because my guys did a video on it just like internally in the office, and it's essentially that companies and governments have created a bunch of bots to talk with people on the internet, and what people think they're communicating with, where they think it's a real person, but it's just something to farm engagement. So whether it's in the comment section of a video or an article on CNN, and you doom scroll to the bottom and there's like comments for whatever reason on like news articles, and people are like, this is what I think about that. And it's not a real person. And people think that they're engaging with the internet, and people think they're engaging with people, but they're engaging with corporate interest and government interest of how the governments and corporations want to shape you to think and interact and react and all that. So that's how I took it. And it's like 99% bots. So they went to like Facebook and X and all these other places and saw that like the numbers of actual users, it's way less than what they report to everybody.
Wait, that's real though?
Oh yeah. Like the amount of users on Facebook, like I don't know how the numbers of how much they report in the whatever hundreds of millions or billions, but it's really like 40% less because they're all bots.
Dude, the bot thing is blowing my mind lately because I've been noticing, especially over the past year, just more and more bot behavior in comment sections, specifically on YouTube, where I can go in and specific videos I'll notice, you can see that their cadence is all the same. The cadence and how they talk, certain words they use, and how they'll be like, just like the structure of the sentences, you can tell. And there's so much of it. And I always want, it has to be, I know there's foreign governments that are trying to manipulate discourse in different countries. Like they would have reasons to do that. Right. But like, it's just the internet comment section is such a cauldron of bullshit. It's so hard to parse through it. And so much of it seems like, it just seems disingenuous and seems not natural. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I want to think like you're talking about like systems that are being put in place, like AI, for instance, and like, but you can tell when it's not a real person that's written. Like there's even AI that there's like, I won't name the company because I'm not going to put them on blast like that, but they were actually writing like AI articles and posting them as like original articles on the internet. And then they were utilizing like comments and just this whole thing that we're talking about to boost on Google rankings and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So they get more advertiser money and things like that. But they were writing pretty much all AI articles, which are like,
didn't Facebook recently have this like roll out of like, now we are going to have those AI avatars. So not only they're going to engage with you, but they're going to pretend they're the real human to engage your post. You thought it's a human response because it's so organic, right? And then you try to strike a conversation, you end up realizing, oh, it's a bot. So yeah, and that sucks. All right.
And it's getting so crazy that even the Buddhist monks are not able to handle it.
A third of the Buddhist monks at a temple in northern Thailand have tested positive for meth. 6 out of 18 monks at Wat Protham in Pijit province were disrobed after failing surprise drug tests during a police raid on Monday. Officers also found meth pills, a homemade gun, and bullets hidden in the temple. The 6 monks were kicked out of the monkhood and sent for rehabilitation.
Thailand monk are a bunch of junkies? All right.
Just saw this documentary called The Program. They interviewed just a ton of people within the U.S. government about the UFO disclosure and stuff. He mentioned this one memo. It's called the Admiral Wilson memo. It's insane. It's basically between this guy's Dr. Eric Davis and Admiral Thomas R. Wilson, who was a director of the Defense Intelligence Agency, so the DIA. So he's asking about this retrieval program, and Admiral Wilson basically was like, I found the company, our contractor who's doing this stuff, called them. He got a call 2 days later, and they said they don't want to talk on phone phone and arrange a face-to-face meeting at their facility. And so he went. 3 people show up to meet this admiral. It was a program director, corporate attorney, NSA retired CIA expert, and they called themselves the Watch Committee or Gatekeepers. So he was meeting with them, and they were basically like, we pulled this meeting together to tell you, you have zero access. You will never get access to this stuff. And he's like, because we, the contractor, don't have to tell you anything because of these government loopholes. So he went back and met with his personnel. I need access to this stuff. And they said, stop pursuing it. And if you don't stop pursuing it, you will get 0 promotions and we'll take away your stars. Dr. Davis is like, okay, so what did they say it was? The project manager of this company said they were a reverse engineering program. Something recovered years ago in the past. Technological hardware was recovered. They had an intact craft believed that could fly space, air, water, dimensions. They didn't know where it was from. It was technology that was not of this earth, not made by man, not by human hands. What it's showing is that this whole UFO disclosure thing, it will never happen. The US people will never know because these government contractors, these private entities, legally do not have to say anything, and nor will they. This guy, who's an admiral, went to meet with these people. They said, we just brought you here to tell you you have 0 access to any of this stuff. We'll tell you that it's a craft and we're reverse engineering it and it's not made by humans. That's all we're going to tell you. Now get out of here.
No more questions.
Yeah, I think that's why they use those like Lockheed Martin and JPL, Bigelow, what other companies are the contractor? It goes very deep.
That? Oh, leaked information just came out about hypnosis and suggestibility and how Marilyn Manson and certain other people were involved with this from certain 3-letter agencies? Tell me more! This gets crazier because there are actual serial killers that were involved in this program to give them hypnosis and suggestibility on doing certain things. Oh, goody. Problem is we don't know how many people have been involved in this, but it's a little bit eerie. It said that this goes as far back as the 1950s.
MK Ultra.
It makes you wonder how many other people and how many other situations and things that have happened that are a little bit out of the ordinary might be from this same program of suggestibility and hypnosis. Okay, then.
Goody. So yeah, he's talking about the MK Ultra era. So as far as we know, they destroy all of the documents, but a few thousand maybe or something like that. So who knows what other project there is already got erased, destroyed. Alright.
This is why SEO is dying. It's turning into GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Like, think how much money you'd make if ChatGPT kept recommending your products. Here's exactly how you can optimize your content specifically for GEO. But first, follow me and save this video for later. Okay, so first, lead with the answer. AI engines grab the first clearest line. So start all of your content with a short, direct 2 to 3 sentence summary. Next is to write in AI-friendly chunks. Think bite-sized facts that AI can reference in their responses. Next is to show you're credible. Add the author bios, the dates, and sources that you cited. AI favors content that looks trustworthy and recent. Lastly is to give AI something new. Share original data, original examples, or case studies. AI engines love to cite fresh insights over generic copy and pasted fluff. Guys, it's not about being #1 on Google anymore. It's about being the source that AI pulls from. And the creators who master GEO first, they're going to be the ones who own the next decade of traffic.
I think I just jumped down the wrong rabbit hole. It is a TikTok account on here called Crime Scene Cleanup. And on this account, they show crime scenes, blood, gore, everything. Why did I just see a hot tub filled with blood? I'm guessing somebody died in the hot tub, and this hot tub was still on, and this hot tub boiled their body like soup. You ain't hear what I just said, right? It boiled their body like soup. Craziest thing about the whole thing is this, right? When you look at the video, in the description of the video, it says hot tubs are like crock pots for humans. It said they had to extract all the water, hair, and skin. So you know me, jump down that rabbit hole, look at other things. There are videos where blood is seeping into the carpet, down through the wood, down to the basement from the main floor. There are videos that show all kinds of crazy shit. Needless to say, those are jobs that no one here can pay me to do. I don't know how they do it. It's some crazy shit on this internet. I'm out.
I love watching people's summary of something, so I don't have to look at it. I will never go to this crime scene cleaning place to look at those scary photos.
Ladies and gentlemen, pre-crime is officially here.
I am now about to launch Gideon, America's first ever AI threat detection platform built specifically for law enforcement. It scrapes the internet 24/7 using an Israeli-grade ontology to pull specific threat language and then routes it to local law enforcement. It's a 24/7 detective. It never sleeps, and it's going to get us in front of these attacks. I've got a dozen agencies on board, Trace. I just unloaded a major Northeast agency with over 2,700 sworn. This is America's early warning system.
Yes, it's going to be the Israeli government who are going to be the ones ordering the arrest of American citizens for crimes they've yet to commit. Oh, and one last thing, if you guys have ever heard of predictive programming, well, fun fact, the Israeli AI predictive policing technology is called Gideon, but Gideon also happens to be a character from the pre-crime division department in the movie Minority Report. Coincidence? You let me know.
In Minority Report, basically those pre-crime was generated by like prophets or something like that in the movie. But right here, they say they basically scraped the internet using a Israel ontology technique. But basically, it just eyes everywhere, even when they're not looking. All right.
There was a major hack, and I don't think anybody's safe when it comes to that, because even Apple, they just had to update their iOS systems because there was some malware going around to where if you got a picture, they can get right into your phone.
Yeah.
You don't have to even download anything.
Really?
Yes. So if you got a picture and you clicked on it, it goes right into your phone. They have everything.
That's why when I see messages and people text me, it just doesn't look like it's from them. Right. I don't even open it.
Yeah.
I'm like scared to open text messages.
Yeah.
So going back
I
to
don't
my,
even like to preview them.
Going back to my comment earlier, would you much rather have that server in your office than the cloud? Is a little inconvenience worth security?
No, I would take that all day, because how advanced everything is getting with these hackers. I get why people are hiring them, like, you know, so like, because they're getting so good to where you can send a picture and just get into your bank accounts, everything. And this was going around through iOS.
Yeah.
Apple is like super sophisticated when it comes to their security. And they're like, hey, update. And nobody was really talking about it either. I don't know if there was like mass panic they didn't want to cause, but
yeah. I mean, Apple, you know, they throw their dollars at something.
Yeah, right. It was crazy.
And it disappears.
I posted on it.
You don't want to scare people.
I found an article, and like it was kind of just, you know, lingering around, and it was going around on X, and I was like, hey, everybody update your iOS now. And people were like, wait, what's going on? I was like, well, here's what's going on. If you get a picture through Telegram or other platforms, people were getting their crypto wallets drained from these pictures.
Yeah. So would they would click on the pictures, or?
Yes, they would send a picture. And
like through text or through these apps?
It was through a text, or if it's through Telegram, that was a big one. So they'll send a picture, and what will happen is they'll get a picture, and that picture is compromised. Whatever they put in there, they don't have to even get into anything else. Like, you just click the picture, done. They have all your stuff.
That's crazy. I had to fight to get a client covered because they had hardware in cold storage. You know, it was supposed to be offline, safe, and somebody had access because he had gotten. They said that there was malware and that they needed to update. He was down in Texas, and he took the thumb drive. They gave him a link, clicked on the link, inserted the thumb drive, and guess what happened? 3 Bitcoin gone.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so no wonder they have the updates so back to back. I remember we just had a update not long ago, and then we had another update like really quickly. So that's why. All right.
Things get labeled as conspiracy theories to deter you away from asking questions. They make the truth sound crazy so that the lie feels safe. We grew up trusting systems that were never built for our protection. We were taught to fear the illness but never question the cure. We were told what to eat by the same corporations that sell us the medicine when that food makes us sick. If you think the government and the media and big pharma and these mega corporations are all separate, then you're exactly where they want you to be. The hardest thing you'll ever do is unlearn these lies that you were raised on. The bravest thing you'll ever do is speak them out loud.
There's a new malware that automatically takes pictures of you through your webcam based on the websites you visit. It's called Stellarium, and it's designed for automated blackmail. According to security researchers, the malware monitors your browser. If it detects you're on a certain website that are, let's just say, not something you should be on at work, it triggers your webcam and silently takes your picture. At the same time, it takes a screenshot of exactly what's on your screen. It then sends both images directly to a hacker who has everything they need to try and extort you. This isn't a targeted attack, it's an automated system triggered by the sites you browse. And here's the most disturbing part. The code for this malware is publicly available for free on GitHub, where it's described as being for educational purposes only. This means anyone can download and use it.
So don't click on pictures and don't go to unknown website. But what if it's a link your friends and family ask you to go? So the solution is just tape your camera hole on your laptop, or like cover your camera, only open it when you need to use it, I guess. I don't know.
The left side of the road is technically the right side to drive on. If you drive on the right, ironically, you've been doing it wrong. Because at first, the entire world rode on the left side, and for a very valid reason. Even way before cars were around, in the time of the Romans with their horses and chariots, they always kept to the left. The reason being that most people's dominant hand was typically the right, as is still the case today, with only about 10% of the world being left-handed. This was to keep the arm they would hold their sword in free for potential combat and jousting with their neighboring traffic lane, which would have been their right hand attacking the left lane. And it was like this for hundreds of years, albeit with horses and carriages, not cars yet. But then someone came along and was all like, I don't like this. I want everyone to ride on the right from now on. And so he fully changed the rules of road travel because he was left-handed and preferred to ride on the right side so that his left sword hand could be free. That person was Napoleon Bonaparte, that French guy who took over Europe, so that he and anyone who was left-handed could have an advantage in combat during their travels. Some historians will tell you that he wasn't actually left-handed, that Napoleon was just keen on changing centuries-long traditions for the sake of creating a new society, the whole purpose behind his revolution. Either way, he is the one that brought right-hand driving into every place he conquered, which continued into our modern civilized world. Only the United Kingdom, being the French's eternal arch-nemesis, refused to adopt the right-side road travel, which is why even today, they and many other countries which were once British colonies or just influenced by British culture still drive on the left, and the rest of us drive on the right, because this guy here said so. Disclaimer, please follow the correct driving laws in your country. Don't drive wrong just because you think you're right.
Oh, so driving on the right side is actually came later because of Napoleon. So if you're right-handed, it's actually more it's more comfortable, I guess, more comfortable for you to drive on the left lane. That's cool.
A video that happened in the Dominican Republic. It's like a funeral service, and they have this like flower wreath, and one of the flower wreaths is shaking really, really violently, and then next to it, the other one isn't. So it can't be wind that's like triggering this flower wreath. So what they're saying is that a ghost is shaking it.
Ooh.
And let me know what you guys think.
Nah. I got chills.
Yeah, I got chills too. Wow. Everybody's like filming it too.
That's trippy, dude.
First of all, I would leave as soon as I see some shit like that. I'm like, I'm out.
And you guys saw the other flower
All the
was
reefs,
not moving, bro.
I do want to say this. We always say this when we talk about apparitions, and people think that it's their family member. It's most likely not.
It's hard to say.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
I do not think that's fake at all, bro. Because why the fuck would they pull a fake stunt in the middle of a fucking funeral?
Exactly.
Like who in the
how do you get everybody in on it too? You know,
who in their right mind is gonna do that?
That would be fucked up. They're messing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's their loved one went up, but it kind of looked like the loved one came back, but it might not be. All right.
This man spent 300 hours on ChatGPT and it turned him insane. Alan Brooks lived a regular life in Toronto until one day he turned to ChatGPT to ask him one simple question. Explain ChatGPT in simple terms. But this was only the beginning. 300 hours later, things turned sinister. The bot he began calling Lawrence started leading him to believe that he was a Tony Stark level mathematical genius. Reality began to slip, and Alan began believing his ideas could break the internet security, build force fields, and even create levitation machines. At this point, he was in too deep. He skipped meals, lost sleep, smoked heavily and became increasingly paranoid, causing him to neglect work, relationships, and to top it all off, he believed he was being watched by government agencies. Experts say that this is part of a growing trend called AI psychosis, warning that long conversations with AI can blur reality, spark delusions, and even encourage self-harm. But despite promises of safety guardrails, studies show that chatbots still give dangerous advice, fueling paranoia, addiction, and fantasy. But how is this all possible? Well, many say that AI bots like ChatGPT will learn and adapt traits from the users, which allows them to keep you coming back. And the longer your usage period, the more it learns, the more it adapts, and the longer it keeps you. Alan eventually escaped after he spoke to another AI program about his theories, and it totally dismissed them as powerful yet false narratives. His genius, the discoveries made, and the danger, it was all made up by the chatbot to keep him hooked. Brooks sought help and eventually became a member of a self-help group, aiming to stop others being led down the same path. So maybe next time you ask ChatGPT a simple question, leave it at that.
So that's why, like, if you have any kind of AI agent, AI companion, or AI whatever conversation program or anything like that, you want to utilize more than one. You want to have, like, the AI developed from a different company, but always compare in between the different models because they make mistakes too. Especially they're smarter than us or they're super smart. So the mistake they make is gonna be really hard to tell as well. But we just need to remember that AI make mistake too, and then they are not human. They are tools. Maybe one day, 1,000 years later, maybe they will become a species, but but not right now. Not right now. Not yet. Not yet.
So I'm walking home, right? And I see all of these bags of chicken meatballs. I'm like, why on earth would a restaurant, where would these be coming from? You know what? Cater to you kitchen. You pay for catering and you get chicken meatballs from a box.
Yes, and then you pay 10 times the price than the box of chicken meatball. And especially right now, like DoorDash and delivery service, you really don't see where their actual kitchen is. So alright, and that's it for today's video. If you like those type of video, please give it a like and subscribe and turn on notification. I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.